Welcome to this Saturday Travel and History Tip, and we will be taking you to Miami, Oklahoma, on Route 66, and to the Coleman Theatre. This is a replica of a sign originally constructed in the 1900s that spanned Central and C Street adjacent to the railroad station. For many years, this sign welcomed visitors to downtown Miami. The original sign was removed during the 1930s, and today's replica welcomes visitors to a revitalized downtown Miami, and that includes the Coleman Theatre. When I called, I spoke with Karen, and she said that she would be happy to give us a personal tour. And she quickly informed me that she wore her first tutu on the stage when she was only 4. I believe she's in her late 70s now, and she is a beautiful, delightful woman. She and Danny are great historians and great resources to learn more about the Coleman Theatre. It was built in 1929 as a vaudeville movie theater palace, and it has hosted many legendary performers. It has never closed, and it holds the original mighty Wurlitzer pipe organ that has entertained generations. Programs and acts of all types are still performed regularly. The building is listed on the National Register of Historic Properties. Danny is the managing director, and here is what he has to say about the Coleman Theatre. It is a beautiful beacon for tourists from around the world. Every year, visitors flock to the historic vaudeville theater to experience the Spanish colonial mission-style exterior and the Louis XV interior. They marvel at the use of gargoyles, dolphins, cherubs, and faces throughout the facility. And let's not forget about the mighty Wurlitzer pipe organ. The Coleman Theatre Beautiful guestbook reads like a geography textbook with the number of different countries represented. And all of those visitors have done their homework. How do we know? Because they all want to hear the organ. Karen turned on the organ for us. The organ was built in 1928 and delivered for installation on February 21, 1929. It sold for $35,000 in 1929, and that was during the Depression, as many of you might recognize that year. And it is the only Wurlitzer organ built in 1928 that is in its original home. The theater, built by George Coleman Sr., was built in less than a year at a cost of $600,000. At the time it was built, Miami was the third largest city in Oklahoma to have a theater with a refrigeration system for stable temperatures all year. The Coleman Theatre opened on April 18, 1929 to a full house of 1,600, each paying $1 per ticket. Although the theater transitioned from a vaudeville theater to a movie house over the years, it has never been dark. Among the many stars who have performed on the Coleman stage are Will Rogers, Tom Mix, Sally Rand, Bing Crosby, Jim Thorpe, the magician Harry Blackstone, and Jocelyn Larkin. The mission here at the Coleman Theatre is to provide quality arts and educational programming while maintaining and promoting the historic significance of the theater. The Coleman Theatre is more than just a theater and ballroom. It's a destination. If you are traveling Route 66 or spending time on Grand Lake, make sure you put our majestic theater on your list of things to do. Danny Dillon, Managing Director. George Coleman Sr. was a mining magnate with mines in nearby Pitcher. The theater was designed by the Bowler Brothers architectural firm of Kansas City, Missouri. The backdrop has been cleaned and restored. Karen took us behind the scenes, behind the curtains, to see the inner workings of the theater. We were able to walk across the magnificent stage and look out at the audience. Well, we really didn't have an audience. There were plenty of seats, and the seats are gorgeous, as is the chandelier. She also took us to the dressing room for the star. It is done up much like it was in the 1940s and 50s. It was interesting to see the different layering of curtains that are used during the performances. Karen took us on a grand tour through the facility and then let us stroll around the mezzanine and the balcony on our own. Again, if you're in the area, it is open for tours. Walk-through visits offered daily as available. Full tours given on the half hour. Call the theater to schedule yours. This is all a part of American history. Learn it. Love it. Appreciate it. Don't let them steal our history. Teach children our American history. And next Saturday, we're going to take you to some crazy places around Miami and learn about the different tribes that live there, a toxic mining area, and the point where 3 states meet. Hope you watch the Saturday Travel and History Tips. Thank you.